Alright guys, been asked by a couple folks so far about my truck, which you see it's I think it's an 18, but it's rounded up to a 2019 Mack Granite with the NP8 with the M drive 12-speed automatic, which, sorry, inside's nasty. I ain't had a whole lot of time to clean the inside, but you just know you got your Rona mask, flashlight, cans of motivation to keep me going through the day. Ain't a whole lot to brag about on the inside of the truck. It's 505 horses at the drive tires, 1,850 pounds of torque at the drives. It's a Vulcan, you see, Vulcan 935 Rotator with a knee boom, which so far truck's been a hoss. Been able to tow more weight behind it than the boss's Vulcan, I think it's a 950 Rotator. But here's my little walk around. I mean, you know, basic stuff, fork packages, all your stuff to your Gillis bus forks, pintle hook, fifth wheel, spring forks, end caps, high risers, all that good stuff. And then my one chain fork, because I ain't got another one yet, because those sling blocks here bad about shearing these hooks off under weight. So I got one, never got a second one. But there goes my timbers up there for my cribbing and my legs, just some little in-bit C-clamps for trucks with small fairings on it with rubber pieces, and my steering wheel strap that I never really use a whole terrible lot, but oh, you know, muck boots right there for one. Shit gets real messy. And it's my airline box. I'm a big fan of the Flexzilla lines, which, I mean, if you drive a tow truck, you know. Got my two 50-foot 3/8 lines. One's made up for, they got quick connects on this, so I can use them for whatever, but they're made to use on the big fittings on the trailer supply, service air, and emergency air. Then if I tow a truck and trailer at night, I got a straight plug to go straight to the trailer to supply lights instead of putting my tow lights on the back of it. And then, you know, all your lines that come standard on the heavy when you get it. These are my two main go-to air lines, airing something up. It's their cord, and they say, I think it's 20 foot long each, but they're 1/4 inch lines. And I mean, they do the job. They supply air to the trucks like I need them to. But you know, I got the upgraded box. I guess you consider them upgraded boxes compared to what comes on the normal Rotators, because we wanted the roll-up doors, since most of my stuff is inner city for the most part. And then, you know, you got your standard creeper, because I don't like to lay on the ground at truck stops. Ladder to climb up on whatever need be, and if I'm on wet ground, gravel or something like that, I got that little pad there to help out, because, you know, creepers don't roll on gravel. I think it's got 46,000 pound rears. It's got new weight suspension under the back, which makes a big difference. Most of the Macks we've been towing here for the past couple of years is all because of the rear ends blowing out through the through shafts and all that. So when my boss had this one made, he refused to use their rear ends, but it is what it is. This box ain't nothing special. It just holds oil dry. You got to have at least, they say, 20 pounds on the truck for the city rotation, which is 150 pound bag, and then partial bag I use just to clean up axle oil or whatever. Shovel, a couple old tie down straps, nothing special there. A little glove box I mounted the other day. Then I tell everybody, my puppy pads, just for same purposes of the oil dry. Then my numerous pairs of gloves, and my tow lights, box of hand wipes, a headlamp, one at night. I don't like recording too much at night because the camera doesn't pick up the light too well, and then I'm wearing the camera on my head plus the headlamp too. So, but you know, it's your standard Raptor control system. Over, you get this over the hydraulic. It's your choice. It depends on whatever you want when you buy the truck. You know, it's got the MMO system, but the Raptor controls, yada. And then I got back here, it's my two main micro front axle forks up there, and then tie down straps, which, you know, this is the knee boom, which makes one world of a difference on towing compared to the, what is that other one, the HU or whatever it's called. But then, you know, U-bolt fork, well, the tie down strap. I've got two 35,000-pound main winches up there on the main boom, but my drag winch is a 50,000-pound drag winch. No, there ain't nothing in there besides the other Raptor control box, identical to the other side. And it goes, all my axle caps, I just keep them in an old coat crate, my axle grease pan, and just where I pour all the oil, because you never know, might need it. And you just foundry hooks, remote, just a little end bit. That's the hook I use when I do use my drag winch, because on the drag winch they put a shackle on it instead of a hook, so it doesn't let get the natural twist out of it like it should. But I mean, it is what it is. Thing's nasty. There's little rubber mats to help protect, little pieces of rubber to help protect the straps if I use them to go around a trailer and whatever. And all my shackles, my master links. You know, I got my broom sledgehammer. I forget what this thing is called, but it expands up to like 6 foot long, and it's great for axles that are kind of like seized up in there to pull out or whatever. Makes a great pry bar, just in general. Then I got my little tractor supply buy. It was like 2 for $10. The work light, strobes, little electrical flare is all it is. I got 4 of those. I haven't had to actually use them yet. I don't try to stay on the interstate long enough to have to throw all that mess out if I have to get one on the side of the interstate. Then, you know, we're required to have flags, and our axes right there. And it's the goodie box here, which all that's just spare airline stuff. Like if I gotta patch something, and then my airline box, it's what I call my airline box, just all my fittings for like the Kenworth. That one is the R134 high pressure side fitting that does great on Volvos, some Macks, so on. It's my Freightliner fitting here. Little swivel, just little in-bit stuff. Never know what you might actually need. And then when I tow car haulers, I use this on the airbags. If it's the older style and it can't get the airbags to level out, I just hook straight to their I bypass their leveling valve, in other words, and I hook this up, and I can regulate the air pressure on the airbags itself. And then extra little drive shaft bolts and stuff I pulled off, stuff never put back. We got caging bolts, little extra fuses. I came through here one day because I got a couple guys that like hopping in my truck when I'm off or whatever, so I labeled everything so they know to put everything back. You know, normal standard wrenches, crescent wrenches, metric wrenches, screwdriver box, just little in-bit chisels, whatever. All my different pliers, vice grips, like if I get some airlines broke, I can just cap them off, whatever. Duct tape's down here on the other side of the box. This one's labeled drive shaft boxes. Most of my drive shaft stuff, most drive shaft sockets, 2 different styles here, the swivel set style, straight style. This is for the axles on the MCI bus. And then bolt extractor stuff, like if I ever round one off, because I'm prone to do that. You know, extra sockets, zip ties, more sockets, flares, axle gaskets. Got my driveline buddy, the main bar laid over here along with my pry bars and breaker bars, and I got my, I don't know where you can see it, my 1/2 inch Milwaukee I guess M18 fuel impact there for dry shafts, and I got a 3/4 inch one there I use to pull tires, and another 1/2 inch one there, and then I also got a snap-on air 1/2 inch in there that I use every now and then if I kill my batteries or something. But I got the big 3/4 inch impact for pulling tires on if I'm decking trucks up or something like that, or on the side of the road. I mean, I've done had to pull one of my tires off twice in the past couple of weeks because patching them, you know, going to these landfills and everything else, you know, always picking up something. But you know, it's the luxury box here. When shit gets serious, no, it is. And all different pull pins, I got all of them in there besides the ones for the older internationals that got the R style hooks, like old Eagle, Pro Eagle, whatever. Height stick, get out. The height stick doesn't ever stay, but my angle iron for, like, if we flip up a dry van, reefer, whatever, on the side, or if I sling one that has a bumper on it that doesn't need anything done to it, that. And here's my go-to clamps for the back of Freightliners, Volvos, whatever, to go around the rubber pieces to the fairings. You know, you just got your two Miller 1/2 inch chains, frame chains. I got a 5/8 10 footer, two 1/2 inch 10 footers, two 1/2 inch 20 footers. All those are grade 100s. Then I don't know the grade of these, but these are my chains with my Omega rings on them for tie downs. Then actual tie up chains, I got them off of Best Tool. Props to them guys. And then just a binder that came with the Omega ring kit that I think I got it off of Mighty or something like that. And just a little pin puller. And I got a 10 foot 3/8, 10 foot 3/8. I think these are, what are these, 5/16 or something like that. All these are grade 80. That's two 10 footers, another binder. This is my 3/8 20 footers and my 5/16 20 footers there. Then it's all my endless loops back there. You know, yellow, red, my rim slings. I think these are my 12 footers. Those are my 16 footers. We had a wreck that hit a low overpass. It was about 2 years ago. Had loaded loaded down with fencing. So sat there, took a couple pieces off of it, cut them up, and then shoved them in that box. Blue ones didn't fit in there too well, but those work out great, so it's fine by me. You know, generic, I don't like my stuff just sitting on the ground. So got my 5-gallon buckets. You're only required to have one on the list, but I got 4. The hell with them. You know, fire extinguisher. It's my bucket of my coke tray with my 2-inch straps. I got like 4 of them in there. My 2 motorcycle straps I use for fairings. Didn't show it a while ago, but behind my snatch box, that's all my bungee cords. So they're hanging off back there, so they'd be out the way. Ain't really much in the sleeper. I think I got them locked up for when I slept out of town the other night. Which ain't got nothing but I think it's 46,000 pound rears, and I think it's either 13 or 14,000 pound tag axle. Which again, I mean, the truck ain't but a 35 ton rotator. So, and Mack's offering doesn't do a whole lot, I guess, like everybody else with the big 385 or whatever drop axle tires, whatever. I got my spreader bars mounted up there, along with my, I don't know where you can see it. Those my end pieces for the spreader bar, and both the pins are all up there, lock pins, whatever. My fifth wheel attachment, trying to save room some. That's my fifth wheel attachment's mounted on the bottom side. We're trying to figure out about if we can make a bus lift fit there or not. We're talking about the Jordan style because I like it more. And but well, that's basically it. She's my whip. I ride the shit out of it. I don't want any other truck we have, because ain't none of them been able to perform like this one has. Which, you know, it's the same as our 50-ton rotator, but minus one section of legs on each outrigger coming out, and then minus one stage of the boom up there. But yes, it's been highly impressive to me so far. I go over to a flatbed company around the corner from us a good bit. I'd say probably 5 or 6 times a year, and transload steel coils off their trailer, which their coils are only probably between 35,000-40,000 pounds. So I just let them stage up close to me, so I don't have to extend nothing or boom out a whole lot. I've got another binder, but we did a rollover on this coil a couple months back, and one of my binders is holding the coil together still. So until they get it figured out, my binders, that's its resting place right now. But yeah, I've been asked by a couple guys about a walk around in my truck. That's it. Old bulldog right there. She's a house. I guess I'm gonna let you look around the inside some, even though it's dirty. Tag axle adjustment there. Which, again, just like most of your new Macks, push button automatic. Just where I got my stream light mounted, it's right there. Then you got another stream. I just had one replaced. That one didn't work after I got it brand new. So, you know, summer seats, other GoPros, air freshener. You know, you get them drivers that smell like booty hole. Then my lockout kit for them towaways we do a lot of. You know, just got a normal backup camera, comes on, you put it in reverse, or whenever it's got 2 cameras. Just the GPS I use when I go out of town. Don't use it a whole lot in town. But it's that radio when I want to talk to somebody. Don't do a whole lot of it either, but it's only a Connex CX 3400 HP. Changes colors to like 27 different colors. I leave it on blue. Don't mind the bed. Said it's a mess right now for me sleeping in it the other night. It was my hard hat, if I ever do wear it. And then little in-bit stuff. Nothing too brag worthy on the inside. But that's it. It's the MMO system. See, my truck's funny. It had a big delay on it when we was having it built, because Miller, you know, wants to use excuse me, wants to use their PTO, and they run their PTO off of this system. So when you hit the button on here and you hit PTO, that's what activates the that system on them. But Mack's stuff wouldn't interchange, so they sat there and argued back and forth about a month or so about it has to be a Mack PTO, it has to be a Mack PTO, and they want to use their PTO. So it didn't work. They found out it had to be a Mack PTO. So my PTO comes on right there. along with my tag axle, differential locks, air dump. That's that 4-wheel drive button right there. Well, one of them. And then grade descend. I guess I cut my scrobies on for you. Truck ain't been crunk up or started today, so somebody was jamming in my truck. But so that's the MMO system there. I don't know how well you can see it, but you do. That's my scrobies. Let you get a look at it that way. With all them wiggy wags flashing at you. It's bright. Could use more strobes. Never have too much, but again, in the past, going on April will be 2 years I've been in this truck, and it doesn't necessarily sit a whole lot, because that's the reason why we got a 35-ton rotator, so I can still go out and do everyday tows along with doing recovery work. So, but cut that mess off. But yeah, see, it's still a baby. It's still young, and it's only got 81,000 miles on it. But I mean, for a rotator that ain't but 2 years old, it's thumping. It's going. No. But well, basically it, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all wanted to walk around, see what kind of stuff I deal with. I constantly find more stuff online that I want. It's just can't justify some of it on pricing wise yet, so it's a little piece at a time I add to my collection. So, but anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Give me one of those, comment, all that good mess. Appreciate y'all, and see y'all on the next one.